Hello, and welcome back to the Palma Pioneer Pantry. My name is Marin, and this is week 4 of the Pantry Challenge. I wasn't feeling great for most of this week, and so I just, on some days, didn't have the energy to figure out the lighting when I was filming our meals. So a few of the clips that you'll see are not the best quality, but they're there, and thank you for your patience. I hope that you still enjoy seeing what we had for dinner this week, and that you stick with us as we figure out this filming and editing and all the things that go into YouTube. Let's get started with Sunday's dinner. On Sunday, we had leftover sloppy joes and some carrots that have stayed good in our fridge for a surprisingly long time. On Monday, we had sweet and sour chicken over rice. I used our canned chicken, and as you can see, it completely shredded. I also didn't get the sauce to chicken ratio quite right, but it tasted okay. For dinner on Tuesday, we had quick and easy grilled ham and cheese sandwiches. So today is Wednesday, and I had a canning project that I wanted to do today, so I wanted an easy dump and go kind of meal, and we quite like beef stew, and so I decided to try to make beef stew in the crock pot. I looked up a few recipes online, and based on that I put the potatoes in about 6 hours before we wanted to eat, and then I added the rye 2 hours later. We like it barley, not rye. I added the rye 2 hours later. We like a beef and barley stew. And then just a few minutes ago, about an hour before we'll want to eat, I added a can of green beans and a can of mixed vegetables and my 2 pints of my pre-canned beef chunks. It looks fairly good. I haven't seasoned it because I forgot about that, so I need to add some salt and pepper. And probably some onion flakes, and I don't think I'm going to add garlic to this, but we'll add the salt and pepper and some onion flakes. Lessons learned, I do not need to add the potatoes or the barley nearly as early, so next time I'll try adding them both about 2 hours later than I did, because well, the potatoes I might just add 1 hour later, because the potatoes are only a little bit softer than I would like them to be, but the barley is much softer than I would like it to be. So we'll try that next time. I've also got some pasta going on the stove to eat this with. We don't really need it since it has potatoes in it, but this is still not something that I'm super comfortable eating, so having an easy food on the table makes it a little bit easier to eat, and then I know, okay, I'm gonna get full, I just need to eat my small portion of this, and it also makes the leftovers stretch a little bit longer when we need them to, and it's gonna be a busy week this week for me, so I might not have time to cook at least one other night, so if we have extra leftovers from this, it will be nice. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow. I couldn't resist showing you what it looked like in these beautiful soup bowls I found at a thrift store. Okay, now we'll go into Thursday for real. Some days, things just don't go according to plan. Today is Thursday, and normally we have tacos for dinner on Thursday. And I actually made taco meat, ground beef seasoned with taco seasoning, and homemade refried beans. Made those for the first time today in the Instant Pot. And I made them early, around lunchtime, because I knew we were going to be rushed during dinner time. Well, we were a little more rushed than I thought we would be, so I took snacks with me to our appointments for my son, and I'm just getting around to eating dinner now, and I just don't have the energy to, one, reheat beans and meat and make a quesadilla and tacos. I just don't have energy for that. And I also don't have energy to try something new, which I know I eat refried beans all the time, but I eat them out of a can. And the ones that I made don't smell the same and they don't look the same, and so trying them is going to be difficult, and I just don't have the energy for that tonight. Plus, my husband's not home. He also had an appointment tonight, and so I'm having a peanut butter sandwich for dinner, and that's okay. And we will probably have tacos for dinner tomorrow. So, I'll see you then. So I have not been feeling the best the last couple of days, and I decided that today I needed some comfort food. So for lunch, I made Kraft macaroni and cheese, and the reason I'm sharing lunch with you today is because I had the idea to make it a color-themed lunch. So we're having orange for lunch. We're having mac and cheese, carrots. For my son, I did cook the carrots, and then we're having canned mandarin oranges and some cheese to add actual protein and fat into the meal. So yeah, we'll see you again at dinner. For dinner on Friday, we finally tried the homemade refried beans. I warmed them up with the meat in a frying pan and ate them with quesadillas as usual. They weren't quite right, but I'll talk more about our review next week in a video all about making refried beans from scratch. On Saturday, I planned on breakfast for dinner, and I was finally feeling a little bit more energetic, so I made German pancakes, bacon in the oven, eggs, and hash browns. I made the eggs and the hash browns in the cast iron, and the eggs turned out perfectly. I still need to work on my technique for the hash browns. So that was week 4 of the Pantry Challenge. Thanks for sticking with me. As I've said before, we decided to reevaluate this Pantry Challenge and our rules every 2 weeks. So finishing up this 4th week of the Pantry Challenge, I've decided that we're going to change some of our rules. As I've said before, we started this channel partially to help us eat a more varied and healthy diet. And at the beginning, this challenge helped because I couldn't just go to the store and buy more of what we usually eat, so we weren't eating the same thing every night. But at this point, it's actually gotten harder because I just don't have a lot of different ingredients in the house, and so if I want to make something new, I don't have everything I need to make it. Also, we only started really building up our food storage about a year ago, and with our current budget, I'm trying to do that fairly slowly. And I'm starting to get a little bit stressed about only taking food out of our pantry and not adding food to it. So in February, we are going to continue to not go out to eat, but we're going to change the rules on what we buy. So if I need a couple of things for a recipe, I can go buy them. I'm still going to be planning our meals based on what's in our pantry already, but if I need 1 or 2 things to finish up a new recipe, I can get them. And then I will also be buying food that is on sale or bulk items to continue to build our food storage up. Our goal is to eventually be on kind of a rotating year's worth of food in our pantry, and I'm excited to continue working towards that. I will still be sharing our nightly dinners with you every Wednesday, and then a different video on Saturdays throughout the month of February. After February, we probably won't share dinners every week, and I have lots of ideas and projects that I'm working on, but please leave me a comment down below on something that you'd like to see me try. If there's any food-related projects that you're interested in. I'm hoping to start a garden this year. I'm not sure how much will get done, but let me know what you'd like to know about that. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more of our Pantry Challenge videos, I will put a playlist right here. And please subscribe to follow along as we continue to make and eat food and preserve food and hopefully start to grow food as well. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time on the Palma Pioneer Pantry.